Hey, good afternoon. As you can see, I'm back out here in nature again. Can't get close enough to nature. And I'm thinking about starting a new series of stories from my childhood. Some people find it fascinating, some people find it boring. So I guess you'll have to be the judge of that. I wanted to start with a story that I don't know why it came into my mind. I started thinking about it, that when we were kids, we didn't have much money. There was 8 of us, and my mother, she always tried to make everything fun. Well, this particular time, the kitchen floor, the linoleum had just worn holes in it. It looked terrible. And my mother was embarrassed of it. She was embarrassed to have anybody come over, even the neighborhood kids. And so she got the bright idea that we were going to tear up the linoleum and paint the kitchen floor. Oh, us kids had a blast. But I think we had 3 different colors. We started out with pink, was the base color, and all of us got to paint. She got all of us a paintbrush, and when that layer was dry, we put another layer on, and then the fun part began. She bought sponges and she cut them up in little tiny squares, and she let each of us have a couple pieces of sponge, and we dipped it in different colored paints, and so we had a polka dotted kitchen floor. It was pretty cute. Well, we thought so back then, but I mean, I don't guess I'd want that today. But we had a blast doing it anyway. And then another one of her home projects, because we didn't have much money, she got tired of looking at the wood paneling. And to this day, I hate wood paneling, because there was paneling in that house I grew up in, and I just got sick of looking at it. After a long time, my mother got sick of looking at it, so she got the brilliant idea of, since we couldn't really afford to change the walls, like put drywall or anything up, because back behind the paneling, it was that old, it was I don't know what you call it, but it's kind of like mortar. There's little tiny thin pieces of wood, and then you put like mortar over it. And you know, that stuff flakes off and gets holes. Well, so whoever lived there before us, the owners that we bought it from, they decided to put paneling on to cover the problem. Well, my mother got tired of looking at the paneling, so she got the brilliant idea of turning the paneling around and painting it. So that's exactly what we did. My brothers took over taking the paneling off the walls and turning it around and nailing it back up, and then Mom and us girls, we painted it. I can't even remember what color we painted it, but that was her cheap fix. That was her remodel project. My mother, I got a lot of good memories with my mom. Even though we didn't have a lot of money, she still tried to make our lives fun, and that was just a couple of the ways that she tried to do it. So I just wanted to share that.